I'm going to be giving you a walking tour of my studio. I'm going right into the immediate hallway. This piece right here is called paper bark, and it's part wood and part simulated wood using a sewing technique. The piece next to it is a Japanese silk dyeing technique. And this piece right here, which I'm backing up to show you, is called Enlightened, and it speaks to the deforestation of the world's forests. My most recent piece is a panoramic that I restored of the Port of Naples in 1943. It's a historic image that my dad brought back with him from World War II. Right below it is a fiber piece that just got back from the International Fiber Show. It is called Pods, and it speaks to biocentrism. Going down the hallway, we're going to go to a piece that is very unique and unusual. And this piece is called With the Grace of the Planets We Stand. It has quite a few different techniques. The background is rust-dyed silk. There are stones with armature and porcupine quills. And directly below that piece are my stone fiber wrapped stones. This is my own technique that I've developed and expanded on. I don't use any adhesive in most cases, and it's just held on by tension. Okay, going across to the exit door is a digital piece that I did, and I adhered to the exit door. This next piece is just in the beginning stage. It is a pair of chaps, and it's going to be turned into a piece of art that's going to speak to the wolves that are starting to inhabit Oregon and Northern California. To the left of that piece is called Plight of the Monarchs, and that is 100% fiber that was woven and is displayed in a rotating kinetic piece. Next to that piece is a metal photography piece that I made. And above that piece is another digital piece displaying my Photoshop work making koi. The piece above the door is a piece that I won first place in the photography contest the other year. And going into my studio, we're going to first go to my digital work, which is up on the wall, similar to medallias. Some more digital images and creative photography hanging up above. And I have a unique piece where I have displayed my photography using hula hoops as a frame, both hanging and wall mount. The wall mounted one is approximately 5 feet in diameter. Going back over to the wall, I was fortunate enough to be invited to the show involving the boats in San Francisco, so I got some wonderful images of those as well. And again, we're returning to a lot of my stone wrappings, which I use both cane, reed, and other fibrous materials that I find and source out all over the world. To give you a little close-up, there's a piece. I also have them where they can come with stands and also with displays to show them off a little bit better. This piece was one of my favorite pieces, and I call it the shroud. It was designed off of the sarcophaguses in India. Some of my stones I get from Northwest Washington State, some I find myself, some come from as far as China. This was my first attempt at making a stone and fiber chair along with a table to go along with it. And I also do little miniature pieces. These pieces are as small as a ½ inch. Sometimes they're more difficult to do than the larger pieces. Going over to the wall, this is a recent piece that I finished. This is my own technique in developing and using PVA granules, and this piece is called Reflections, to talk about the past and how the water was clean and fresh and the fish were abundant. Going over to the next area, the wall piece in the back, I use special fabric that can be illuminated from the back, so it gives a very dramatic effect. That's my photography work. Going down below, try to get a better angle. These are some of my stone wrappings that I've made into necklaces. Those are lingam stones, which come from just one river in India. I've also developed the same technique in using Moki marbles, which come from the Grand Canyon area of the sandstone desert. And then I've also do my digital work in jewelry as well. These are digitally formed artistic work that gives a display of different moths all over the world. And those are the ones that are available for sale. Going down to this table are some of my larger stone wrappings. This piece right here is a fossilized tooth. It's about 20 million years old. The piece behind it is seed pods from the wisteria plant that I've incorporated into the stone. Here's a decorative one that I use pine cone pieces to decorate. Some of the fiber pieces I'm able to use watercolors to get the coloring. There's a fabric and fiber piece that I did. And this is the entrance of my door. And that is my artist's resume. And you're in the studio of Art by Bebe. My web address is artrocksme.com. And thank you for taking this tour.